I've nearly thrown a few people out of my boat before.
Just land on it. That's why it's always important to wear your kill switch like all the time.
Yeah.
You just never know when you're gonna. Yeah. Just fucking upend yourself. All right. Look at that. My batteries are charging. All sweet. Okay, let me know what that is now. Just share that live link. It's all just a big deck of cards, eh? You're just ready to fall right over. I'm stoked that Carl had a late flurry, eh?
Yeah.
So I want to go to the Classic next year and watch.
Yeah.
When he's in the Bassmaster Classic.
Would be too tired to watch anything last night.
Oh, yeah. It's, how come all the Bassmaster Elite events are always when an OVT's on?
Yeah.
It's like they... Let's go to share this link. Copy. Posts, create. Camera. Selfie. I can't do selfies. Live link from my boat, Hawkesbury River, day 1. Siri, you've mixed that. Full spriver, it said. We're going to go full spriver today. Oh, far out. Yeah, live from my boat. You want to kill a goat? It would have been quicker to type it. Live thing from my boat, Hawkesbury BREAM, day 1. And there's the link. Next, publish. That works. The bros. All right, we're good. Hopefully that'll stay up all day. Normally I like fishing up the river, but there just wasn't enough current yesterday to get things going. Like, it all looks good, but the more wind and current you got smashing on it, the better it fishes. And I just reckon it's with that small running tide, it's not going to really get going.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then in winter time, there's a few boats in here that I fish that get loaded full of fish and they recharge. So,
yep.
Clear water, fishing stick minnows and stuff. Like yesterday on the live scope, I'd come up to a boat and I said 100 bream under that boat. You can see them all there, and you throw your lure and you see them all go like this. Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to hook up now. Donk. It's pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, not just happy to be here. Yeah, I've always wanted to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
And, yeah, hopefully still be better than I did last time. I think I only got 1 bream last time, but still good to get away, come and finally see this place.
Yeah, it's pretty non-brainer friendly what I do. Like, often my casts will land first, but there's often groups of fish. Like, I'm not throwing at one fish. Yeah. There'll be nothing on, nothing, 20. Yeah. You know, and then when I hook up, like, always get in behind, and like, even if you're going to net the fish, throw in and just let it sit there while you're netting it, because sometimes they'll follow it out and they're ready to go. We turn the nav lights off now. Bills, nothing coming out. That's always a good sign. Everything's strapped down. Yep. You're strapped in.
Yep.
Safety's on. PFD's on. You got lots of time to contemplate this sort of shit at the Hawkesbury. This idle out. I'm back on the foot throttle now. Yeah, for when we're in the canals and stuff and it's all 4 knots all the way through, you can just set it. In the old hot foot, I used to have a stick I put in, and it was cut the right length to go 4 knots. It was me six knot stick.
Mario yesterday just to move from one edge to the other.
Yeah.
And I'm like that. Straight away, I would have
Yeah, nothing's happening.
How come I haven't thrown him out of the boat yet?
Yeah. Yeah, your throttle's not working,
Oh,
Mars.
that's right. Helpful.
This 8 knot zone here is the stupidest thing ever. Why is it 8 knots for 100 metres?
Yeah.
So I can throw maximum wake on the boats. Anyway, we're running to nearly to the mouth of Pittwater. We're sort of fishing opposite the car park. A place called Mackerel Beach for a start.
Yep.
That's where we'll start, and then we're going to work our way back in.
Yep.
And I always drive the boat for best economy, not best speed. So we might get overtaken a few times. It's only because I drive it because I want to try and do the whole tournament with 1 tank of petrol.
Yeah. No, that's good. I get scared with it.
I sit on about 80 usually.
Yeah. I get a bit nervous.
Yeah. And I've got no handle on there either. So you got no handle, you got to hold on underneath. He's gone. He's gone.
I had Simo in Lake Ferry. That was when he was going really fast. But the day before I had his gear turtle.
Oh, did he? Alrighty, we're going to go fishing. Nice little run down the lake. Alright, I'm going to fish these enclosed boats here. We'll get ready on the way in. Welcome to the live viewers. Got Jesse Roten on board today, aka J-Ro. Smaller in the chest area. And we got to catch ourselves 8 fish. Yeah, no, we'll have a good day, mate. We'll run around and work them out. Even if all the stuff's not working, we'll make a plan. That's what fishing's all about. Yeah. Oh, you're the current grand final champ, mate. You're the one. You're the man. There you go, my little sticky. Put a bit of stink on it. Don't mind a bit of stink. I don't think I've ever bought any scent. Every bit of scent I've got is something that a non-boater's left on my boat accidentally. That's like, I'm not going to chase him, mate. He doesn't want his stink back.
Yeah.
I've got all the varieties. Oh, yeah. Stewies. I don't know. I like the S factor. Goes all right, but it literally doesn't matter, I think.
Yeah.
Any scent is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Especially on those black bream things. Yep. Probably not this wide because we're in like 30 feet of water here. There might be kingies or something. We get them when we get into shallower water. Just having a throat clear. It's actually not as cold as it was yesterday, I reckon.
Yeah.
It was freezing yesterday. Yep. Kept it in. I'm not saying it's not going to get cold today, but it's not looking as miserable as it was yesterday. So this is sort of a deep little basin and it comes up shallow. We're going to fish these shallow sort of boats in here. I do it with a stick minnow, but you can do it with whatever. Here you go. Look at the light. Look how many bream are in here. There is 1,000. Actually, they're not. I don't think they're under the boat. They're sort of in front of the boat. So many bream there. So many lovely boats trotting away in here, eh? There it is. Not a giant. Right.
Yeah.
Number one. Oh, you caught yourself a crab. Hang him up on the. Is that your crab? Okay. Put it on the the magnet thing. Yep. There's heaps in there, eh? Just throw in it. 25 fork they got to be. He's pretty much there. Let's just get a ruler. We can see what these things measure. .27 nearly to the tip, to the fork, mate. so many fish on the live scope there. They're ridiculous. This is a weird spot, this one. It doesn't fish so good in summer. Yeah. It's only in winter time when they sort of must pre-school up here before they spawn or something. Yeah. Is that like whole water or just... Certain parts of it. They're not everywhere in here, but some spots that I fish are like every year they're in the same sort of spots, which is handy for someone that only fishes here once a year. We're in 15 foot of water now, and it's sort of maybe 10 where those boats are. Yeah. Big calamari squids in here too. Throwing a little stick minnow on I think it's just 3 pounds straight through. I think I went the heavy guns this morning. Go the suicide gear when it gets sunny and calm. I wonder how many boats are going to fish the car park this morning. Silver Trevallies. All right, we're going to keep twitching along this edge here. We'll come back to this big group of fish before we leave this sort of spot. Bit of kelp. A big inca. You can see up there, it's got the radius in the weed that gets chewed out where the chains off the mooring buoys. So they like those light spots usually. No. You see the line move, or you just start winding in and they're already on. Oh, really? You just throw it out, lay the line down is the important bit so that it gets that little wobble as it sinks down. And then, yeah, if there's a school of fish, normally one will race up and grab it and run away with it because they want to go and eat it by themselves. So you'll see the line duck. That rain comes on. And then, but if sometimes there's only one fish, it'll let it hit the bottom, and then I'll normally just lift it up off the bottom. And that's when they'll dunk and if they're looking at it. So But normally, if you throw into a boat that's in 10 foot of water and in 3 or 4 seconds it goes donk, it's like, you know, there's a school. Like they've come up and the first one's grabbed it, and you can generally go back to that boat and catch more of them later on. Later on might be the next cast. Live well should be good here. What are you doing there? He's all right. He was just having a spa. A bit rude, that rain. It was a bit persistent, that rain yesterday. It was painful. It's supposed to be showers. It's like, yeah, it's like 10 showers all in a row running into each other. Anyway, we're starting on boats this morning because it's low tide. If it was high tide, we'd be up fishing rock walls and interesting stuff, but they do pull out when the tide's low. I'm in trouble with that one. Come out, come out, come out, come out, come out. I don't think it's that big. I just think it ran the wrong way under the boat.
Yeah.
Get out of that mooring line. It's just sort of shaking its head. That's bream. It's not big. You throw in there, mate. I'll let it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a school of them in there. Just throw in that beside that boat right now. If it was a 35, I'd say net it, but a little fella like that is all right. I don't think it's legal. Polly. Oh, he fell off. I don't think it's legal. See, if I hook up like that, just throw a cast straight in on top of it. And if it gets hooked in the line, just free spool it. It's all fine. Put it this way: if that one was in the limit at the end, I'm not in the right spot. He was just on it when I started winding. Are they keys? Oh no, they're little frigate mackerel or something there. You want to catch one? Yeah, we're going to throw in them. They'll be little frigate mackerel. I don't think they're tailor, because they're tailor slash. These are sort of running through. See how they're sort of running through it? But I reckon that you get bream under them. But if you want to catch one, throw it in and just wind fast. See, I reckon the bream come and clean up after all those little things. You want to catch one? I'll go over there, Wolf, if you want to catch one. Over here. I'll swing the nose around. You can get a cast in them. Yeah. So many of them under the boat. The ones that are on the top are only the odd ones out. Look at them all in the shallows there now, chasing the bait. Come have a look at them on the live scope here, how many there are down there. I reckon that's like bream underneath, way underneath them. See them scooting around underneath, and then there are all those frigate mackerel about. If you drop it to the bottom, I reckon if you drop it to the bottom here, and then we'll throw it out, drop it to the bottom, and then burn it up, you might get one.
Yeah.
They get big kingies in this little hole as well. Sometimes you come in, you can see them all on the sounder. It's like, I don't want to hook one of those things. That'll waste my entire day. Let's do a lap back into that school of fish in there, then we're going to start moving spots. There's a few boats on the car park. All right, we're just going to whip back over into that first school. There's a heap of those, there's a heap of something underneath us. Just going, you'll probably see them on the 2D sounder at the back.
Yeah.
That'd be that same little frigate mackerel or tailor or something. They're not bream. That's in 30 foot of water, that boat. It's amazing how steep it is, eh? 30 foot just like straight up. Those ones are in 10. Oh, there they are. You can start seeing them again. Sitting in exactly the same spot, sort of not on the boat, sort of off the front of the boat they are. You can see them all sort of, yeah. It's always better. You got him? Nice. That was sort of on the run, wasn't it? When you... It'd be a good bream. There's a big one shaking his head. Is it a flatty? Holy shit, it's a big flathead too. Look at him. He says it's Malakuta. Yeah, just a big dead weight. That's a good flatty. That's like a 55 centimetre one. Maybe a 60. Cook him with curry. That takes skill. I don't reckon I've ever caught a flathead in pit water, eh? Maybe they don't like sticking nets because they don't move fast enough for them. Okay, yep. Well, I definitely moved these fish. There was a whole big school of fish here before, but I've moved around somewhere. Old flat dog. Flatus dogus. This is a Brinus. I get Jeanette this one. I do run barbless hooks on these, so they do fall off pretty easily sometimes. Thanks, mate.
Beautiful.
Another keeper. On the sticking, he's a bit bigger than the first one, isn't he? It's probably like 28, 29 fork. I'll take a bag full of 29 forks today. I reckon that'd be solid. I reckon 3 kegs. Everyone's going, you need 5 kegs a day. It's like, I reckon you need 3 kegs a day.
Yeah.
That's just me though. It's in my lower Queensland standards. He's 29 fork. Sticky getting it done, as usual. Been a great lure in here for 20 years, this lure.
Yeah.
Ever since Freed's taught me about them. Wow, he has totally mangled the hooks too. Munted them. It's like flattened that set. To the point where, I'm just going to try a different sticky, I'll sort that out later on. I have got another one here that I prepared earlier. Wow, big school of brim down under it. There goes my lure down. We're in 27 feet here, but there is a big school of fish just there.
Yeah.
Stink it up a little bit. Stink it up, pal. Stink it up. Oh, the shit that came out of that. Nah, it's just the shit that came out. I reckon the room still like it though.
Yeah.
Even though that's disgusting, just mouldy crap that came out of there, I'm still putting it on. Disgusting, mouldy crap. I love that stuff. That could be the name of the scent I make. Disgusting, mouldy crap. Bring it on. Well, personally, I'd like to say, sucked in WA, I've caught some fish now. Fish the stickies on straight through as well. I reckon it keeps the hooks in a bit better. Oh, my line just goes dunk. Didn't hook up. Those guys out there would be If they're fishing, they'd be fishing for kingies. Pipe to one of the boys and burley him up. There's a little pinky snapper in here as well. I'm getting a lot of little, like, pecks from the pinkies, yeah. Like keyring size ones. So update for the live viewers, we got I got 2 keepers. J-Ro hasn't got in yet because he's mainly trying to catch frigate mackerel. And flatties. Oh, you got a really good flathead. Like the size of a doormat. Weather is actually, compared to yesterday, the weather is beautiful. Yeah. It was raining yesterday. So right on the low tide it is now. Ooh, that was a bit of weed, I think. That was a weed bite. Because if it's a fish bite and they fall off, you nearly always get another one just jump straight on it. Because there's schools here, you know, like one will run with it and the other fish are all following it going, as soon as it comes out of the first one's mouth, they're like, gimme. Rimbo? Oh yeah, that's a little keyring pinky, yeah. There's a couple more casts, we'll get out of here. You can catch small fish off them, but you normally just have to rest them a bit in between. So we'll rest it a few hours and come back here later on. Maybe, if we need to. Yeah. Oh, I don't think it matters much, eh? I think, yeah. They've all gone to the Nico. How good was it to see Dazza win that at Gippy, eh? That was gold. He's put in the miles. Yeah. Yes. That's right. He came up, give it a go. So. Yep. No, he gives it a go. Yeah. I love the story. It was like I had to crank a crab, but then I lost it. I had to get another one. And then I was doing his highlights. He was just going from one dock to another, just 2 docks, back and forth. Fish, 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 fish. It was awesome. I was cheering for him in the highlights. I was like, yeah, this is grouse. All right, let's get out of here, eh? Go find a couple more school. Hey? You've cleaned the flatties out of the joint. We need to go to another spot. It actually does look like it's not going to rain as much as yesterday. I hope. Come on, don't do it.
I hope it stays well. Fishing peace. Like as much as it gives them a bit of extra cover, it's just when you open up the tackle box, everything's wet. So
Yeah. And as you open it to get something out, everything's getting wet. Yeah. You're like, no.
Yeah, that was me yesterday.
Yeah, you didn't want to open it because you didn't want the shit to get wet.
Yeah.
I see where Carl's sitting. $34. Yeah. He got $24.15 today. Grouse, he's fishing tomorrow. Yeah. He's 12 pounds out of the top cut. That's grouse. And two of my fantasy fishing picks are coming first and second.
Yeah.
Yep, Lee Livesey and Brandon.
Yeah.
This is called Palm Beach, this suburb.
Yep.
And these have always been, back in the old days in AFC, this is where Timmy used to get his bit, like, they've always been good, these boats.
Yep.
And everyone's sort of forgotten, no one fishes them much anymore.
Yep.
They all just fish the flats of the car park here.
Yep.
Yeah, the old Pearl watermelon bass minnow was the gun here on a hidden weight system.
Yeah, I remember watching him doing that.
That was on that boat down there.
Yeah.
That was one he'd catch them on. It was an old Hugh and Pine boat.
Yeah.
And then there used to be an old pontoon, and before that an old boat here and one mooring that just always had a massive school of good, like 30 to 34 foggers on it. Yeah. Always. And they pulled that one out. I haven't relocated them yet. They're going to be somewhere around here though.
Yeah.
We're going to fish our way through today, and I like this on a low tide like it is now. It's as soon as the tide comes up, they all get busy on the flats, you know. Yeah. They're not as locatable and not as concentrated. So that's why if we get a decent enough bag this morning, we might go up Cowan Creek and throw top waters for the last few hours or something like that. Yep. Because when that tide comes up, it's when the fish come up feeding. I fished it yesterday, but I fished it at low tide and it was rubbish. 15-foot water this one's in. So you can fish these with crabs as well. Crabs, I've caught decent fish on them. I've not seen anything on the live scope on this one though. Yeah. Well, it's not the growth. I don't think it's just, it's what it sits on. If it sits on the right part of the edge of the channel, or there's just some moorings, like, it doesn't matter what's on the boat, what boat's on them. If it's clean or dirty, they're still just under it. Although that has a lot of shit under it. I do agree. Back in the days before cranker crabs, the stick minnow was just such the weapon on the boats.
Yeah.
Just going to quickly duck out and fish these other ones out here. I think the tide is starting to run in now, actually, because that wind's trying to push the boats this way, and then the tide's trying to push them this way.
Oh, yeah.
So I can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, only five boats on the car park. Not seeing too many under that one. I'm on the back corner of it. Want to go to the front? Not seeing anything under this one, but we'll cast on it just in case. It's cheating, isn't it, knowing if they're there or not before you throw. Come on. That's stuck on. Nothing on this one by the looks of it. It's amazing how deep some of these keels are. We're in 9 foot of water, and it gets within 2 foot of the bottom of that keel on this boat here. Amazing. There's one fish under the keel, looks like. It looks like there's a couple of fish on this one. Not heaps, but there's a couple on this one. Quite low down. When I was in the Australian Open, the water police pulled up and checked my license and stuff here. As they're checking my stuff, I've got the rod in my hand and it's like, it goes dunk, and it's like, and it bent all the hooks open. It's like, oh. I was having a pretty shit day too. It was like, oh, could have done with that one. All got it. Nice. Oh, Brimbo?
Yeah.
Nice. Got to set it harder, mate. Cross his eyes. More foot of water, she's getting shallow. As we go past the dock, I'm going to crab the thing. Crab it. It's funny how sometimes in here they like the crabs and oh, you catching things? Brimbo? Yeah, it is. It's going to go close. I reckon it's going to be legal. You got to sing out when you got one on, Jess, and then I'll I'll stop and we'll net it. I think you're dragging a 35 centimetre one out. There should be a rule there. Illegal? I reckon he's going to go. Yeah. Yeah, mate. No worries. Number one for J-Ro. 3 out of 8 in the boat. Watch out for ferries in here. This is where the big Palm Beach ferry pulls in. Don't want to get in his road. It'd squash the shit out of you. J-Ro is on the bow. Nah, that was weed. Well, I'm pretty sure it was weed. Eh. Normally the weed doesn't grow too bad underneath where there's no light. Yeah, there are hazards involved with fishing under there, like all of those lines hanging down with shit all over them. Get into him, Jess. Oh, I got his mate. It's a big one. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Oh, mine came off. He's out. Do you want me to? I'll head outwards now so he doesn't get back in. Let's not let him get back in there. That was a double hook up. I pulled the hooks on mine. I pulled too hard on him. What did you let him go for, Jess? You let him go after you catch one bigger. We had double hook up then and we both screwed it. Yeah, there'll be more under there. My hooks are all good. I reckon mine was about 30. Yours was bigger than that, I reckon. Bit of zing. Yeah, that was an effort. Yeah. You weren't going too hard on him either. You were just sort of backed off and that's the second fish you dropped on that jig head though. Might be something wrong with that. Damn, that's the one you wanted. Plenty more to come, mate. Oh, is that a bite? Yep. It's a good one too.
Oh, good job.
Thank you. Number 3. Oh, then there's crab falling out there. That's good. Like that. Another 28, I reckon. Yeah, that he just barked like a dog. Some more he squeaked. You got one? Get him out. You gonna pole him? Oh, okay. 28, yeah. I've never actually ever fished this dock before. I've only fished it today because it looks all right. I fished here for 15 years this spot, but I've never thrown a cast of that dock, I reckon. And I should have done it 15 years ago. Now that you throw under there and they're smashing it. That wasn't legal? Yours wasn't legal? Nah. 22. Tell him he's dreaming. Oh, that's got some nasty crud in there, eh? Nasty. Oh, mate's got one off that boat over there. We didn't catch one off that boat. Probably throwing those gulp crabbies. They like those things. This reminds me of the stuff I was fishing at Meetung where I got a 40 out of stuff like this. And then the next day I hooked another one, exactly the same spot, exactly the same size, and it got me on a rope. It's like, easy come, easy go. Some you win, some you lose. That wasn't what I said as he busted me off.
No.
And what I said wasn't what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, don't remind me. This is like the heavy gear. This is my 5 pound straight through this. This is why you can lean on a bit harder. Yeah, that's under there. Well, that was a good little stretch there when we first hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that one, follow it. Jesus, you see it? See the boil? That was a good fish. That was when I was burning it out. All right, I was going to fish a few of these boats here, then we're going to move positions. Did you get a bite? Give me a slow down. Oh, I do the same as what I did. So how many you got now? You only got one still?
One, yeah.
Should have had three.
Should have had, yeah.
Just have shanked them.
Yep.
Yeah, got to shank a few. Just let go the ones that you weren't going to upgrade anyway. Like, you didn't want a 36 in your box, did you? Nah. That wouldn't have been big enough. Just let it go now, saves the upgrading. There comes the ferry. This was always the boat, this one.
Oh, okay.
This was the magic boat. Always pull like an 800 grammer off it. Not seeing any fish under it really on the scope. All right, let's get out of here. We're going to run a couple more spots. Old mate, see how fast he comes in?
No, you just...
All good?
Happy but lonely.
He goes, I want some buddies. All right?
Yep, all sweet. Girls are all like upside down for some reason.
Yeah. With their eyes stabbed out. Don't know why. I'll go to another mega school. Those guys are on the one I want to be on, bastards. No, they're not actually. This one with the blue on the back, it's got a mega school under it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did yesterday anyway. Mega school. I don't even need to see it on the live scope, I just know it's in there. There's a dude lives on it too, so don't hit the boat. Go for it. Go back corner.
Oh, back.
Yeah. Bite.
Yeah, that might have been one of those.
That was the other one that Ryland's got that fish on. There's the other. That's the other boat we're going to fish. They're actually out here. They've come out to the boat, these squirrels under here. Well, Ryland might have already fished this too.
Yeah.
He could have. Come on, big boy. you get any fancy ideas about staying under there? This feels all right, this one.
Yeah.
This is where I worry about them chewing the hooks up.
Yeah.
Okay, away from that mooring rope, old mate. A real head shake on him. Happy a bream. He's got the bream head shake.
Yeah.
Better not be a snapper.
True.
Or Trev. No, he's not doing. Oh, look at that. Keys. Oh, it's a bream. Look at him. He's a good one. He's still probably not ready to come, but.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a Trev.
No, I think it's a bream.
He looked like he was too grey.
Half. That real strong silver, but then it looked like it had the top spark for the bream.
He's doing a bit of circles, isn't he? Be a bream, that's it. The more he's stilled it. Probably is. No, just Trevally, yeah. Silver, yeah. Look at him, he's got that tail on him.
Yeah.
I want him to stick me that back though.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, no, well.
Just joking.
There he comes.
I'm over it.
Last one of these I caught in here, I broke the rod on it. I was trying to bully him too much. Thanks, mate. Bastard.
Yeah.
Bastard silver Trevally. Gimme. Pest. Alright, we're going to go back to there wasn't a heap of fish on that boat. We're going to go back to another one just up here, where the fish is his own. Ah, the pain in the arse. Another boat I got one on yesterday was, I think, that green one there. There's a good school on that. And I'm tempted on the low tide now to fish the whole edge of these boats on Creel Bay because there's a flat there and those boats, it's they're in about 6-7 foot of water.
Yep.
Now, did that silver wreck me hooks or what? Surprisingly so. Surprisingly didn't. Right, this one's in about 8 to 9 feet of water, I think. It's 10 now. Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought it looked the right colour, that one, eh? Yeah. It looked real grey. Seen a couple of fish on the bottom under this one. think that was weed. The fish that are under this boat don't look that big. They look small. There's a lot of them under there. Might be a whole heap of those little pinkies. There's definitely plenty there though. Bite. That's why I like the stick minnows, because it's got 2 trebles on it. It's got a better chance of getting them. They hook themselves without you having to have any input. I don't like relying on my skill to hook them. Oh, well, it's bilge pump. Or almost just flush the toilet. Yeah. I reckon that's what it is. Oh yeah, definitely doing that. Right in the sorbent. There were kingies up on this flat yesterday too. Yeah. Like about yo big, yeah, chasing shit around. Right, let's keep on moving. We're going to go along this edge of boats, and it's a good low tide spot. It's one of Scotty Towner's old spots. And if he's not here to harvest them, well, that's his problem. It's a good nick, that boat, eh? They look after that boat. Yeah. I'm on the front. You want to go to the back? Don't know if it's a Trevally or not yet. He didn't eat it on the run, he ate it on the pause, but his head shakes aren't big enough to be a good bream, I don't think. Watch me, I want to get it wrong. Yeah. I want to get the call wrong. That's a bream. I think it is. He'll always got his head down, going in circles. No, I think it's a bream. Come here, mate. Come here, old mate. Oh. Oh, is it trouble? Yeah. Oh, it's on the muss. Just, yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Just get the muscle off it. It's all right. You have time. He's all right. He's on. There you go. When he opens his mouth, I'm thinking, oh, that hook's going to fall right out. Look, he's a weed bed fish, that one, eh? Yeah, real dark colour, dark skinny one. Oh. It's number 4. They're getting bigger. It's on the sticky. Really gold coloured fish. I reckon he's 30, that one. No, 31.5. But he's skinny. No, it's all good. It's all good. they usually don't fall off unless they change that direction, you know. So if you just keep him and he's going in the one direction, he's sort of all right. See, I lost my fish early. I lost that little one that not going to matter. See, you lose the ones that don't count on purpose, so that you don't lose the big ones. Yeah. All right. Got plenty of stick minnows here if you want to try them out. Oh, yeah. Yep. But I think you're also fishing on braid leader.
Yeah.
So it makes the sink a bit different. It like holds up the sink a bit, so it always tends to pendulum a little bit. Whereas the straight through, I just reckon it gets that more natural sink. But I feed it line. I throw it, lay it down, feed it a bit, and let it sink on a slack line.
Yeah. All the other fish I had were on the reefy killer.
Yep. But they're sort of not eating it, aren't they? They're not hooking deep. I just like the fact that they're always hooked when I come tight on them, they're on. So. No, that's right. Well, as always, don't rely on your own skill. You'll get disappointed. We're all rubbish. I couldn't catch a fish over 26, 27 fork off these boats in the open a couple of months ago. Yeah. In wintertime, the bigger fish move on them. Yep. If it was another month's time, they'd be bigger again. If like you fish this in like July, it's like they're all 33, 34 forkers. There wasn't a heap of fish on that one. There was just a couple you could see under the keel. That's right. There's one fish up high on the back of this one, hanging off the back of it. Don't throw it in that helicopter thing. You'll be in trouble. Okay, we'll keep going. There's nothing really on that one. It's funny, I always say I don't use my live scope much for fishing for bream, but in situations like that, if it was a place I'd caught a fish before, I'd always have 2 or 3 casts at it. But now I have one cast and I see there's no fish on it, so I'm not going to waste my time now. Yeah. And if it's a shit boat that I've never caught a fish on before, but there's 10 fish under it, so I'll have the 3 casts on that one. So I reckon it makes you more efficient.
It's amazing. The one that's got the most growth, but it's a bit different up here.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's right. You look at when do we get that last fish off that one there? Got no growth on it. It's what's on the bottom underneath it more than what's on the boat. When you get a really nice sunny day and they all come up and they feed under the boats, it matters then, I think, whether you got growth on it. When they're up, yeah, but when they're not up high, when they just want the shade, I think. Not really seeing many under this one. We'll have one throw though. The other thing you can throw in here is a crab if you... Yeah, I've got one on there. Yeah. Crabs go all right. On the boats. No, not on that. The other thing is the stickies is you can throw them that far. With the wind on the 3 pound, you throw them miles. There actually is a few. I see a few fish down under that. Right where you landed, I reckon there's some fish under you there. I saw a few under that now. See the mooring line, and then behind the mooring line there's about 4 or 5 good ones. Yep. Sort of just under where you are. Put a bit more goo on it. Then I've got a fresh thing of this back here somewhere. The West Aussie non-boater left on your boat. It is. I was just due for a new pack as well. It just happened at just the right time. I like the sun coming out for what we're doing today. Alright, let's go to the next one. All the sun will do is pull it closer to pull them under the boat tighter. So that's what I'm using, the TMK stick minnow with the original barbless hooks on it, 3 pounds straight through. We'll get Jesse converted over. He's he's sticking pretty hard to the pluckies, but he'll change his mind soon. Yeah, have you got some stickies?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the good stuff, like the 10-year-old matured vintage ones. The Grange stickies. Yes, I got a few abalone shells left. Not many though. I bought all Freebs' last ones that he had the other day. Oh, yeah. He had a whole heap of old ones with they weren't real good colours, but you can spray them up pretty good. Yeah. Every time I lose one of them or a pike eats it or something, I'm like, no. That was as clean as you like, that boat. Not even a pinky under that one. Gotta quickly put on the zinc. Roy Simon style. Yeah, it sucks, didn't it? All right, this one's gonna have some on it. Oops. Jesus. That one was went. See that? See the skill getting it off? Skill. Now what you do if there's someone on a boat, you hit it with a jig head, as soon as it hits, you go like that. You point at your mate. He's like, oh, it wasn't me. It's like, yeah, mate, sure, it wasn't you. You shake your head, you're like, nah, useless caster.
mate of mine down home one day, just a couple of cars were taking a bit too long.
Yep.
So he beat the horn, and as soon as he did, he goes, turn around. And I turn around, and they automatically think the car in front of you is just the car behind.
Nice. If you want to get someone double when they're driving, if you want to get them to double doubt themselves, when they do, just go like this. Stick one hand in there like that. What did I do? It's like, no, I'm just stretching my arm. I reckon if I take my jacket off, if I'm gonna, reckon it'll start raining again. If we do 7 or 8 of these boats and don't get another bite, I'm going to come back out and come back closer to the main bit. Bugger all under that one. Bugger all under that one. This green one's normally got some on it. Let's go give that a crack. It's turned into a pretty good day.
Yeah.
Perfect conditions for it. You don't want there to be no wind. You want there to be a little bit of breeze. See if there's anything on that one. No, none of that one. None on that one. Doesn't look like there's any on this one either. It's unusual. People used to live on this one though, but now they're not living on there anymore. Maybe they've stopped burling them up. Unusual. Normally pretty reliable, that one. All right, we'll just do this one on the way out, and then we'll go. I'm still thinking if I'd get a, 2.5 to 3 kilos in here, I might go around the corner into Cowan and try and catch some big ones.
Yep.
I was there on the wrong tide yesterday. It was sort of a bit of a gamble, but
yep.
They should be there. And there might be a bit more sun today. Might be able to sight cast them a bit better.
Oh, yeah.
It's just all sand stuff. You've been in there? Did you go in there yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
How good is it looking there?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
In summertime when the water's really warm and the cicadas are all buzzing in the trees, such a good cicada place. Throw them in there, twitch them, and you just see them coming up underneath, and they like flare on it, and you can just know they're just going to charge it and belt it. The average topwater fish you get in there in summer's like 30 to 31 fork sort of.
Yeah.
You get them up to 38, 39 maybe.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, but you get time to tighten your drag and stuff. It's like, oh, that's a big one. And you get fish like 10 pound. They're not leader shy. You just fish 10-pound leaders and it's tight drags and stuff. Let's have a look at any under there. Wow, that keel is nearly touching the bottom under that. Such a big keel on that one. I reckon let's get out of here because we haven't had a bite really along these edge ones. Tide might be in a bit too much now. Let's move. We've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We might just do a couple more boats off this point because they tended to be more fish that way.
Yep.
We'll do a couple of those. I reckon then we'll go back to Mackerel Beach if we can just catch a fifth one there. And I reckon we go into Cowan. We'll go and do some sight fishing and because I'll save this all for tomorrow then. If it's don't want to pound all my spot, like I'll keep some up the sleeves.
Yep.
And then if we struggle up there, we can always come back and do the last couple of hours down here anyway. Because those boats would have recharged again.
Sounds good to me.
What's the tide doing? It's not a big tide though, eh? I like the tide to be bigger. Right, this is the one we've got to fish on. We'll do this one and we'll do all these ones until the water gets too deep along here. disappointed you. See, the more you deny it, the more people don't believe you. Oh, it wasn't me, it was for sure. Nah, mate. Tell your story, walking tiger. Oh, was that a bite or a weed? I think it might have been weed. Hello. Pinky. Pinkies love all the little bits hanging off that risky critter. Like little bungee cords to play on. So update for the live stream viewers. Fishing with Jesse Roten today. He needs 2 more for his limit of 3, and I need 1 more from a limit of 5. And we're just going to try and scratch those last ones out. We might go around the corner, sort of out of reception area up in Cowan Creek, and try and catch some bigger fish. I like the idea of just the main river stuff with all the spawning fish coming down. Yeah. That seems to be a decent enough plan, especially if this is number 5. Feels weird though. It's Pinky, I think. Yeah. He pulled hard at the start. Yeah. It's that 3-pound line. Gets you every time. The heavy stuff. The heavy gear. Oh. Alright, let's go to that next big blue one. Oh, got one. I'll keep us coming away from the boat for you. Squeaker. Come and show the camera what you're catching on, mate. Come on. The old risky critter. J-Ro loves the camera. Holding it like a spastic. Oh, have you gone fishing before ever? My husband fishes, yeah. Wow, look at this here, eh? It's like a sunken something with a whole lot of fish hanging off the top of it. It's like just 20 foot ahead of us. It's like just here. I wonder what that is. I don't know, but the fish we're just spooking the fish off it right now. Any flathead on it, yeah. Plenty of flats, flat chaps. You'll see that go under the boat on the 2D sounder, I reckon, whatever that was. A lump of something. A lump o' summit. I'm on the back bit this time, so you can front it. That's it, perfect. Not seeing many fish on it though. All right, let's get out of here. I reckon let's go back to Mackerel Beach and then we'll take our chances around the corner. Good, mate. Got 4. No proper big ones yet. Might be snack time as we went across here. Try one of these protein balls.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Made it myself with my own balls. Tell me after I put it in my mouth.
Good. Beautiful.
They're good, those things. I like them. Yep, just so you don't have to have a sandwich yet. Hungry fisherman's a good fisherman. All right, we're strapped in, rods are strapped down. Let's go. Let's go and fish that dock again first, where we got those fish. They might have recharged by now. Let's fish the other side of it this time. One more ball. Well, there's a lot of reefy sort of ground here off the end of this. Throwing a crab on 5 pounds straight through. And this stuff where I'm... Oh, yeah, the heavy gear, see? None of this mucking around light shit. I reckon it was a pinky, rattling it. Wasn't a proper clunk. Yeah, just out here there's a whole lot of like rocks or weed or something going on. Oh, rubbish cast. Come on, give us another big one in here. That's the bottom. It's not coming off either, I reckon. Too late to try and finesse it off now, isn't it? That'd be someone's old fishing line that's... You know what I'm throwing now though? The muss. The muss is getting a run. I got a heavy muss on here. Probably throw it straight in the same snag. This is braid leader too. This is the fighting gear. Oh, the muss skips like an absolute sinker. And I mean, it does not skip at all. All right, this could be a good fight if this happens. Come on, Pet Rock, you can do it. Jesse, I'm the friendliest non-boater ever. He is looking right up the slot of death. Just run to the front of the boat. If you get a hook up. Fucking ball go out now, quick! It's such fun fishing these mussels in Tassie. Geez, they loved them. And the other thing they loved more than eating them was keeping them. couple more casts here and we're going to go across the mackerel beach before we run up the river. I'm going to crank these slipway rails. It's normally worth a crank, those things. Tie knot in this heavy gear. Wasn't big enough to pull up the shopping trolley at the hook, was it? All right. Sydney Harbour slipway rails are always good for a fish. I don't even know why I tied this colour on. I really hate this colour. I don't like it at all. Like it? But I've had a few colours that have come that I've hated, then I've ended up liking them. Yeah. So you're never going to like them if you haven't just sit in your tackle box not fishing them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what's it called? Matt prawn. Matt the prawn. Oh, how good on the live scope does the rails look? Come and have a look at how good they look on the live scope. Tell me that's not an awesome image. That is good, isn't it? So I know now I can throw this way. And I'm still on. Yeah, I was like, check out how good my prop looks on me Mercury. Have I got any weed on me prop? No, okay, we're good. We'll keep going. Yeah. Not getting them. More cast out this way. Taylor. Lure thieving bastard. And they always get all three trebles right in their mouth, eh? They're like, I want to have that treble right down out, coming out of my butthole. Where's some blows? There's some here. I'm not sticking my fingers in it. Even those little ones will make me bleed. Brame's just sticking the pliers in there. Okay, let's get out of here, go over to Mackerel Beach for one more go, and then we'll go out of service area. Can I give that water a swap over? Alright, so we catch one more legal off here. We'll go looking for big ones. Oh yeah, like clockwork. See them on the 50 foot out. Exactly where they are. What's wrong?
Risky critter.
Risky critter. Yep. Ooh. See? I wouldn't even think that makes a difference, but it probably does. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to go around this boat and I'm going to throw at that boat, sort of coming from this angle, rather than drive right through the fish. You can see on the bottom of this mooring line, there's about 4 or 5 of them, just straight down there. You can just see them as we went past. I've always loved just this slope, eh?
Yeah.
Go 20 foot deeper, don't like it. Go up into the shallows, they don't like it. Yeah. Have a look at them here, eh? That's all the fish out there, and then you can see them out here, all scattered on the. That's the 180 view.
Yep.
Sort of not really active much, just sitting there, eh?
Yeah.
That's a nice boat sitting there rotting away, isn't it?
Yeah. Been there a while.
Mm. Hey, it wasn't raindrops, was it?
Yeah, I felt
Bastard! I wonder if you catch them in the wash of the ferries. You catch threadies at home in the ferry wash, they love it.
Yeah.
They stirs up all the bait and they just come up and they feed in it.
Make the arrow more dirty.
Mm. I don't like it. That's the answer. There's a few fish under that boat, eh? You can see them on the quite deep. They're on the bottom. All right, they always like sitting under an arbor. This is the sort of clarity we're used to in this joint.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see the bottom in. 7.5 feet, you can see it pretty easy. Don't see any fish under there. That one's got to have them on. The Jesse wrote an old shitter clause. Nice clean old shitter. Oh yeah, it is too. Done a few burnouts in its time too. Had to get a new engine put in it. All right, last cast this one, then we're going to go around the corner, and for the live viewers, that means we're probably going to be out of reception. But I will record, and I'll start another live stream when we get back into Pittwater or Savo, which might be, it'll be in 2 hours if we're doing junk up there, or it might be right near the end if we're doing good. I mean, when we're doing good. Let's get ready to do the run. And I'm going to preemptively, I'm going to shut that live stream down because I know it's not going to work. I'll just have it magically put a tower in the middle of nowhere. So the last update is Jesse's got 1, I've got 4, and I'm going to come back to you when he's got 3 and I've got 5. No fingers crossed, it's going to happen. So thanks for watching the live stream, dudes. I'll be back later. Remember, send me photos of your big screen TV with the live stream playing on. We like it.